Develop discipline by holding yourself accountable. A playlist for the dog, and I now know why I love those reruns.
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Good morning. It is Thursday, January 16th, 2020. Week's going by fast. Is it just me? It is day 125. I've got to get on Ellen. Here we are, finally, day 15 of my 30-day challenge. I've got 15 days to go. Still on track. Still have not veered off course. I am starting to have dreams of York peppermint patties. I'm starting to crave them like never before. I have a habit of having one or something sweet, something small, something sweet, something chocolatey after my dinner. I had started this after I quit smoking, and instead of having a cigarette after dinner, I would have a little small treat. Started out with little Weight Watchers candies, which are ridiculously expensive. Then I just went to the little York peppermint patties. They are a little bit more points than the Weight Watchers ones, but I've always had those around the house. I've always really kind of enjoyed those. So obviously I have not been indulging in those since I've been on my 30-day challenge. No carbs, no sweets, no alcohol for 30 days. Halfway there. I have been getting on the scale a little bit more than I should. I am not going to weigh myself again now until, well, I haven't decided yet. I wasn't going to weigh myself yesterday, but I did because I knew I was going to be going to the doctors. And they always make you get on the scale at the doctor's office. So I thought if it was a number that I saw there that was kind of unexpected in either a good or bad way, I wanted it to be accurate in my head of what it said on my own scale in the morning. You know how you always weigh a little bit more at the doctor's, mostly because you have shoes on and I don't know. Usually I have more clothes on. You've typically already eaten through the day. Like Joe, it doesn't really matter for him, all of that stuff. He weighs himself at work. So he's already, halfway through his day and fully clothed, has his shoes on and all that kind of stuff. I, however, I don't strip down. I wear my pajamas, but I certainly don't have shoes on. And I do weigh myself first thing in the morning. So I make sure that it's the least number possible that can show up on that scale. So, and then, I have to move the scale. See, you have to know yourself. And I do know myself, but yet I still am not setting myself up for success. I have been taking the scale out of the bathroom and putting it under my bed so I don't see it. Therefore, I won't be tempted to get on it. I did not do that yesterday, so I did step on it today. According to the scale, I put on a pound from yesterday, which is ridiculous because I have done nothing different. So, it's just the weight fluctuations. Sometimes it has to do with your time of month. It depends on if it depends on all kinds of health things. You know what I'm saying. So I'm not going to weigh myself now for a good couple of days. I'm going to give myself some time to adjust. And even if I'm not happy with the number on the scale, it doesn't matter. In the long run, this is my goal. I'm looking to set a precedent for myself on more healthy eating. I'm trying to train my body to expect less food less often. I'm trying to prove to myself that I can do this. And, by the end of 30 days, I'll have had to have lost some sort of weight. So I'm definitely going to be I'm already ahead of the game. I've lost some weight. I haven't lost a ton of weight. I'm not looking to lose a ton of weight. I'm looking to lose about another 10 pounds, give or take a few pounds. I'll be happy to lose another 3 pounds. That's going to put me into a whole different weight category. Yay. I'm only like 2 pounds away from that. I'm going to see a number on there I haven't seen in quite a while. It's going to be good. It's going to happen soon. So it's about the big picture. That's what it's all about. So I did go to the doctor's yesterday. He gave me some nasal spray and some antibiotics. This antibiotic, it's a pill, but it does not have a coating around it. So when I swallow it, it leaves a horrible, horrible aftertaste in my mouth. Ugh. It's gross. It's disgusting. I don't like it. But I'm on it for the next 10 days. So I guess I have to get used to it. I'll have to take the medication with meals so I can hopefully wash that taste right out of my mouth. If not, I could do something simple like brush my teeth. God forbid. So he gave me this nasal spray, which smells like Easter flowers. As soon as I used it, I was like, it smells like Easter. Why is it reminding me of Easter? And then I realized it smells like Easter flowers, which is a lovely scent. I don't really enjoy those types of things. It's runny. It kind of runs out of your nose. You walk around sniffling for, at least 10, 15 minutes after you've used it. If it makes me feel better, then I'm all for it. So here's hoping it works. I saw on the news this morning that Spotify has a new playlist for your pet. Pets who are left alone. You can put on a Spotify playlist now and play music for them throughout the day while you are gone. We used to do this in the form of leaving the TV on or leaving the radio on. When I first got Tucker, I used to leave the TV on. I don't know why. It just kind of made me feel like she wouldn't feel so alone. And I did that for a while. But I did stop it eventually because she doesn't really watch TV. Occasionally she will watch TV. I had put up a video of her watching what was the Lady and the Tramp. She was mesmerized by it. It was really kind of cool to watch. But for the most part, she's not really paying attention to the television. So I had stopped that practice. But now they have a playlist for your pet. Do you have something on for your pet when you leave them alone? Do you leave the TV on for them? Do you put a particular channel on? I know some people put on Animal Planet, which I think would be more excitable for my dog. She would, if she were to notice them, I think that it would rile her up, just like the swans rile her up. I bring up the swans because I live on the water. I think most people know that. I live on a lagoon, and we have these beautiful swans. Beautiful. Man, are they nasty. I mean, they're nasty. Beautiful, but nasty. And Tucker will charge at these swans, and these swans will go at her. And I keep trying to tell her, you will not win against the swan. But she goes nuts when she sees them. Now, for some reason, they left our lagoon last summer. I did not see one swan, not one time, through the entire summer. All of a sudden, they're back. They came back a couple of days ago, and they made 3 trips up and down the lagoon yesterday. And every time she sees them, whether we're in the house, out of the house, she goes crazy. And I'm trying to reel her in, and because if they're going to keep making treks back and forth in front of our house in the lagoon, it's going to be a lot of noise. So I'm trying to teach her that it's okay. They're allowed. She hates the seagulls, too. Goes crazy when there's a seagull out front or out back. She doesn't mind the ducks. As usual, nobody minds the ducks. But the swans, they are very beautiful. We love our swans around here. But in case you didn't know, nasty little critters, mean. They hiss at you, literally hiss. I still feed them because I love to watch their long neck go into the water to grab the food that I throw out for them. So I kind of encourage them to come by. So little aside there. So, but that's one of the reasons why I would not leave Animal Planet on the channel as a channel for my Tucker to watch while I was gone. I think I just probably left the news on. That's what she's used to. We watch the news a lot around here. We have the news on. We don't watch it. I mean, this is like the 15th forecast that's been on the TV since I've been up. I still don't know what the forecast is. They are calling for snow this weekend. Now, I'm looking at it right now. They're saying my area is going to get a coating to 2 inches. I thought it was going to change to rain almost immediately. I guess maybe that's changing a little bit. 4 to 6 inches up in the Poconos. That's good. They need it. Skiing resorts. They are really lacking the snow this year. So we are supposed to get a little snow on Saturday. If there is ever a time to get snow, it is on a Saturday. So that is cool. I found some interesting information, and this came from somebody who was commenting on my topic last night. I had asked what you do to make yourself feel better when you're having, say, a bad day or something really disappointing happens to you or whatever. And Jim had written that he likes to watch reruns of old shows from when he was a child. It gives him a comfort, back to the good old days, or the days when things were, you didn't have as much stress on you. And somebody had chimed in, Jody had chimed in saying that there are studies that have been done that show that watching reruns is very comforting to people because they know what to expect. It's familiar to them, and they know the outcome. It's not going to be a big, surprise. I have always watched reruns. I've told you a million times that I go to sleep watching reruns at night in my bedroom. I watch usually TV Land, which has Everybody Loves Raymond on. I hope they never change that. I could watch that show forever. I do need a break once in a while, and then I switch to Frasier, which is on another channel. And then I realized I started to get sick of that, so I went back to Everybody Loves Raymond. So I go back and forth between the two, and depending on the time that I go to bed. Sometimes it's The King of Queens. It used to be Will and Grace, but the other channel now switched from Will and Grace to Roseanne, which I'm not so crazy about. I loved Roseanne back in the day. TV Land shows Roseanne all day on Saturday. So when I go to take a nap sometimes on Saturdays, we'll fall asleep to that. See, this is the thing. When I take a nap, I usually go in with my book and I have the TV on. And sometimes I will read for up to an hour or an hour and a half before I even attempt to fall asleep. So it's like an ordeal. It's like a couple-hour affair. Excuse me, which is okay. As long as you have the time, it's okay. But this explains to me why I have always kind of wanted to stick with the reruns. Even like on regular TV at night, like I'd rather watch reruns than watch something that I wouldn't say not interested in. Like Joe in the summertime would rather watch and honestly, they don't even have reruns on that much in the summertime anymore because they all have the reality shows that they go to. But, Joe would like to watch America's Got Talent. He kind of digs that show. He always says that he doesn't, but if he has a choice, I think he's going to watch that, especially over an old rerun. I'd still just rather watch the reruns. I don't know. I need to open up my field of viewing habits, I guess, but I don't mind. And I almost never remember how it ends because, I'm watching TV and then I'm reading my book during the commercials, and then sometimes I'm reading a little bit more when it comes back on, and then I forget. And they say that it takes 6 seconds for something to solidify in your memory, which is why we all forget so much now, because we're so constantly doing stuff. We can't sit still for a second. So, I know once that commercial comes on, And